everybody, and welcome to another live stream. Of course, now that I start the stream, my cat came up. She didn't want to play or cuddle before, but of course, now when I start streaming, Rainbow is coming here, wants to be a star in the stream as well. So yeah, we're gonna do some animation tips and tricks, analysis, and feedback. We're going to have a look at character animation that was submitted to the. Oh, no, now she's snuggling the microphone. I hope this is not loud for you. Rainbow, you're making this a lot more difficult than it needs to be. So we're gonna do animation critiques. We're gonna have a look at character animation that was submitted to the 11 Club. In case you don't know what that is, the 11 Club is a competition. They post every month in an audio clip from a movie or a series that any animator can animate to whatever they want or want to be animators. It's an excellent exercise if you are new to animation. Hello, Hilly. So yeah, the 11 Club, we look at some of these clips that have been submitted. You are very cuddly today, Rainbow. We'll look at some of the clips that have been submitted to the 11 Club, and we're going to learn a lot about animation. We're going to have a close look, see what works, what doesn't work, and try to analyze why it works and why it might not work. Rainbow, I gotta start doing this soon. I swear I wanted to pet her and play with her before the stream, and she didn't want to. But now, of course, she wants to. Hello, Dylan. Nice to see you. So you little one. Yeah, so let's maybe just jump right into it. You should be able to hear the audio, and we're gonna start right now with the first place of June. We're gonna see the winner of June and see what they animated to this clip here.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
That's a very fun one. Of course, this checks a bunch of my boxes that I always have when I think about these kinds of clips. I really like how this is an unusual setting. He's in the he's in a straitjacket talking to a donut. That for sure is a creative idea. And then, of course, that beautiful animation of the donut here. And I really like the mix of the animation style, that you have the more, not completely realistic, but Pixar-esque realistic animation. And then we have this really cool cartoony animation. And just look at how the donut gets up here, like how many steps are involved in that. We have, Rainbow is going past the mic. Rainbow, don't you want to go to your basket? You have a nice cuddly basket right over there. Don't you want to go there? So we have this donut animation here that I really like because it does everything to be the most cartoony and the most effective. We have a little bit of a squash here, then it springs up with a stretch. We have one eye appear and get really big, and then the other eye comes in. One arm pops out, the other is about to pop out. It's all nice, one after the other. Then we have this catch going right into a run. It's pretty cool. There's like one frame of catch, 2 frames of catching, and then it immediately goes into the run and just changes direction. And look at the multiples here. I really love this. With these multiple arms, it gives you this very nice and hectic feeling for the donut. And then we have like this nice and bouncy left and right, and tripping at the plate, and nice flat face plant here, nice squash, and then just sliding over and tipping over. Look at how this is done here. There's like an ease. It gets slower till here, so you have enough time for it like 3 frames for it to go down. Oh, is this on twos? It's on twos. The other animation is on ones. And then you have, I'm pressing the forward key always 2 times. And Rainbow is attacking my hand now. We're not playing, Rainbow. We're not playing. I'm so sorry. Tried to play with you earlier. Yeah, so that is pretty cool. And then let's have a look at the more realistic performance. I'm getting the mic a little bit closer here. The realistic performance, the breathing. Do you see that? The going back and forward.
Now get up.
You can hear it in the voice clip. That's always very interesting. Sometimes we have 11 Second Club clips that do not have a lot of audible breathing. Very often it's edited out in movies unless it's important in some way.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
And it's nice how he hits the. By the way, this entry is submitted by Alexei Medvedev. Sounds familiar. I think they submitted.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
How it hits the. I want you to
run.
And for the word run,
You to run.
it goes in this nice overshoot and keeping the eye
You to run.
contact.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
I really also like how the eyes get narrower for the I want you to.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
Isn't that such an interesting gesture? I feel like that is something that, of course, we see other people do and we see movies, but to think about this when you animate, that you can have like this squint to build this intensity, I think is a very nice acting choice here.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
And it also gives you some contrast. It gives you some contrast in the eyes. You have like this reduced shape, and then you can pop the eyes open, and it has a bigger effect than just widening the eyes just a little bit. So that's quite interesting.
Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
I like that little head nod, that little like encouraging while the donut is running around. He does these little nods. Yeah, go. Such a nice entry, perfectly animated, lots of attention to detail, really wonderful. So this person made first place in the June competition, and they will get a more detailed critique from the 11 Second Club. I think Animation Mentor is still handling the critiques. So I don't want to say much more about this because, this person will get a lot of feedback anyway. I want to have a look at the other entries, the other, what other people did for this same voice clip. So let's have a look at the second place of June. Hilly says something interesting. I think they used footage reference. They might have. I feel like for me, reference always helps to get a better sense of like the breathing, like stuff like this in the beginning.
Now get up. Get up, Toti.
And I feel like things like this nodding while the donut runs away, I feel like that's an idea that is very difficult to have while storyboarding or we're just sitting at your desk and thinking about it. I think that probably was inspired by something that happened.
Run, Toti, run!
Like just imagining, okay, I imagine a donut running on my table, and then probably in the reference footage the person did it or something. If they didn't, if they just came up with this, that's a great imagination. But yeah, I'm a big fan of reference footage, so I can really recommend doing it for pretty much any animation. Happy to see you too, Oreo. Nice to see you. So let's move on to the next one and see what they animated. By the way, you can hear the audio, right? I hope that is all working as it should. Now we have an entry by Isaiah.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Yeah, nice. Isn't it crazy how much different this clip feels? This feels immediately more dramatic from like an action anime kind of thing, like in the middle of like a war or something, or a superhero fight.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
There's something about the run that I feel like is a little bit. First of all, let's start with something that I really, really like about this one. I feel like this one is using cuts very well. I really like this idea of, it's not just two people standing next to each other. It is actually, the one person is already kneeling on the ground and then the legs come in. That's an interesting, very cinematic feeling shot. Like this has like this a composition that we would see in a movie. And then how they work with the cutting during the motion. We see in that shot how the person is coming down, and then in the next shot, this motion is continued, and that's really good filmmaking. This is how you really think in a cinematic way, which on the 11 Second Club, unfortunately, I don't see that often. That it feels like, it uses a lot of the tools that the big movies are using. I wonder if this could be even more in the foreground. Like, I wonder if you could do like even just one leg. I wonder if that would make it feel like, I don't know. I have a weird feeling like this leg width is not that much more than this arm width. I feel like, but I mean, they're also not standing that far apart from each other. I think I would probably try it with a bit more variety, and then when his hand comes down, it's a lot bigger too. So I think that would just be worth a try. Now, and how it guides the view. Like, first of all, we can only look at this character. Our gaze is drawn to the eyes, and then somebody comes in, it briefly takes our eyes to the left, and then that person looking up draws our gaze back. We have a lot of time to just see him. We can notice, oh, he's looking up. There's a nice little anticipation for it. His head is dipping down first before it dips up. The anticipation is getting our attention back. We can see how he is looking up now. And then the motion on the left side start, but this is no facial performance. This is just motion of him getting down, drawing our eye back to the left. And then when the cut comes, we are ready to see the face, because the viewer is already looking to the left, because this is the next big movement. This is the next part that moves. So we're looking at the left now, it cuts, and boom, we're right there looking at the person's face. Usually, if you cut, you need to allow a little bit of time for the viewer to find the face again. Especially if something was moving on the right and then in the next shot, it's immediately starting on the left. But this one already brought the attention over to the left, so the viewer is already looking in the right spot.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Get up, Toti.
11 Second Club entries are always a little bit pressed for time. Sometimes you animate things just because the clip is that length, just because you start with the clip, and this is how it was. I wonder.
Get up, Toti.
The Toti, get up, Toti, is kind of like the eye. It's kind of ending down here in the middle of the motion, and then the motion is still completing. I wonder if I would do it differently. I wonder. I would probably try get up, Toti. Like Toti, with the name, I would try to come up to really stress that. It's a stereotypical thing to do. It's the classic thing to do. But yeah, maybe I would try that.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
I like the fast
Go as fast as you can.
stress.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Go as fast as you can, okay?
I wonder if the overshoot. So the easing here is a bit. You have this fast. This is really nice. I really like that. And if you track the head is kind of staying in the same spot. And then it has this huge spacing here. And I feel like this snap is an awesome snap at just the right point. This snap is now competing with that beautiful fast. Like that is nice. And I think it robs the intensity because you have two snaps. You have snap 1, snap 2.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
I wonder, like, I like from the principle of it, I like the overshoot, but I wonder if I would, the point is to go as fast as you can. Like, fast as you can. That is my point. Fast as you can. The whole last part of the sentence. And I wouldn't do fast as you can. Like, this mellows it out again to fast, and then can is kind of withdrawing it again. So I would be suggesting to hold the intensity. Go as fast as you can. And only have like the bare minimum of overshoot that you need to get into that position. And yeah. This is also a nice multi-stage reaction. Like you have the flash, and it's very important. Flash first, then the reaction. A common beginner mistake is to animate the flash and the reaction at the same time. I wonder if one more frame of flash before the reaction starts might have been better. It's okay. It's a pretty fast reaction. Hilly, what do you mean with that? Sounds like something that would be very trial and error. You mean with the fast as you can, the choice to make there, or what is it that you mean there? But yeah, I mean, animation is a lot of trial and error, and some things that I say, I have to admit, are in the realm of like, maybe that would be worth a try. So I wonder if one frame more, it's crazy for these sort of fast motions, especially like fast reactions, reflex reactions. It's sometimes like one frame more makes it too fast. Referring to the hold, like that you need the hold. Well, I mean, maybe it's a personal preference of mine, but I feel like I see it a lot in the 11-Second Club, and I don't see it a lot in Hollywood movies, which makes me kind of think that I might be on the right track, because Hollywood animators like at Disney and DreamWorks, I feel like they're really good at holding intensity, and I noticed that they hold the character more still than you would actually think. If you sit down and animate a scene from a Hollywood animation film, frame by frame, I always find it astounding. It depends a little bit on what it is, and but for the ones that I personally really like, I'm always amazed at how they create this intensity. And when I think about how do they create this intensity, it's crazy how often the answer is like, oh, they just hold still for a second. So it might be a personal preference of mine, but I personally like the ones that really take their time. So I feel like go as fast as you can kind of falls into that realm. You can stress it again, you can do like go as fast as you can. Like that is fine. You can have 2 poses there as fast as you can, but I would probably never ever go back. I would not be like, go as fast as you can and then take it back, because it's like, the drive is here, over here. You went over here because this is where it's at. And then you pull back. And yeah, but of course, you need to try it. You need to see if it works. It might not work. I'm just imagining it working very well, which I mean regularly fails with my own animation as well. Sometimes I animate something and I'm like, this does not work. I have to throw it away. But yeah. So something that wouldn't be intuitive. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like holding intensity more and longer than you would think could be a pretty hard and set rule. I think I'm not sure if I sometimes make rules when I'm animation supervisor. I sometimes make a sheet of rules, and I think once or twice I had hold intensity, make longer holds, something like this. I had that in my animation rules, in the hope that the animators would give me more like stuff like that. Hi, Toba Design. Welcome. So yeah, and it's also like, for trial and error, when in doubt, see if you can just hold it longer if this fixes a problem that you might have. Like if you feel like, there's something missing, sometimes the answer can just be kick out a couple poses. Especially if you just have a feeling like something is wrong here. Well, identify which ones are the most important poses and take all other poses out and see if it works better. And very often the answer is yes. Even for me, the problem is when you work on an animation, you experience the world in slow motion and you have more time to think, and sometimes you overthink, and then because you're overthinking, you're like, let's add one more pose and one more pose. And you experienced all of this in slow motion because you had the time to craft these poses. And but the viewers do not. The viewers do not have that time to get used to all the poses. So yeah, holding poses, I don't know. I feel like that can fix so much. And especially in 3D, you can always put more moving holds in, as fast as you can. And then you can say like, okay, now I'm going into the curve editor and I do like this little double as fast as you can. And you made, out of one pose, you made 2 poses. Of course, with 2D animation, this is a little more difficult. Hello, Smita. Nice to see you. Welcome. And what I really like about this one, see how many steps this has. There's a flash explosion. There's just the reaction to it. And there's a nice overlap. Like the head is going there first. The head is the part that our body instinctively tries to protect the most. So it will make sense. It just shoots down there. And then the hands follow, which are lighter. They overshoot. And then he's looking to the source of the explosion first, and then he's returning his focus back to the person. And I love that. I love this that it has these beats, that it has these steps. Reflex, looking over, looking at the person, And see, we have this blink, and then the intensity kicks back in. Like there's all this worry in this glance, and then one more. Like, see what I mean about intensity? Like it ends there, and even when the animation already stopped playing, you're not like, oh, I immediately want to see the next pose. It's just like, such a nice beat, such a nice pose here.
Run, Toti, run!
Yeah, that works very well. Look at the arc of the head. That's really nice. And then there's the camera motion coming in, but the arc is still intact. Camera motion sometimes can sometimes break your arc. You could move closer to this person in a way that would break the arc. So here it works because the arc is still intact. Very solid entry by Isaiah. Let's have a look at the third place. Ismita says, it's important to make sure that your character responds to the stimulus in their surrounding. If you forget that, it feels off. Yeah, and if you think about it, there's quite a lot of stimulus in the surrounding. Like even if you don't have a scene that is as intensive, if the character's in a room with other people, they'd probably be like looking around. If you have people in a bar or something, or sitting at a table, they will look at other people, like, is anybody listening to us? Or even if like a character's talking to if there's three characters talking to each other, they will dart back and forth between the two that they're talking with. And it can often be forgotten, especially when the storyboard doesn't have a lot of drawing or the script is not very detailed. Then the animator has to bring back the surrounding and the reactions to the surrounding. And do they feel comfy? Do they feel uncomfortable? Do they not like the light here? Like, all these are very nice little things that can make the animation so much better. Very good point. Thank you for mentioning this. Hilly says, responding to stimulus is like acting 101. Exactly. That is exactly right. Now we have an entry by Yoon Young Kim.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Okay. Again, also something that feels very movie-like.
Now get up.
I wonder... So first of all, what I do like, again, the cuts start with motion. That's really nice. We have the breathing incorporated.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. I want you to run.
Now, the hands on the shoulder, obviously very solid acting choice, almost stereotypical, but solid choice. It works really well. Especially if you have a smaller character, you have like a little bit of the feeling like he's talking to like his little brother or something like that. That makes it's just the perfect gesture for, hey, little one, this is really important. I tried to stable you a little bit. I tried to tell you something important. That's really nice and effective.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can.
Here we also have the glance to the side, really effectively used.
I want you to run.
So very nice use of the accent for run.
I want you to run.
We have this dip up. Interesting. A lot of the times we had a dip down. I want you to run. And with a run, it would dip down. And here we can see it dipping up. And it does feel different. It does feel differently.
I want you to run.
I like it. It feels more like go. Like, it has like more this outward gesture. Of course, there's no right answer. Like anything could work.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can.
That is so nice. That glance to the side and see how it's done. The eyes are darting first. The eyes are already to the left. Then there comes a blink, and it's such a short blink. There's an ease here that already starts here. And then it closes, not completely. There's like an open eye blink, which sometimes happens in actual humans, and then it opens with an ease. And the look back, I think, is also interesting, that the head is already going back, but the eyes are darting back a lot later, as if he's still looking out. He's still distracted. He can't easily take his eyes off from the perceived danger. Really nice. Oh,
Run. Go as fast as you
very nice.
can, okay?
Yeah, Smita. Go, it's dangerous to stay. He's checking for the chances to make the guy safe. The idea is really represented well through the character movements. I totally agree. This is very well done.
I want you to run.
And look at how he shakes the shoulder also, how that is also a part of the...
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? I want you to run.
For run, there's this little shake, like, wake up, you need to run.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
And then okay has the downwards.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
Not completely down. It's like a nod. Go as fast as you can.
Okay.
Still feels very positive, which is, not positive, like encouraging in a way. Hello, Maria. Nice to see you. Welcome.
Okay.
Oh, did you see that mini head shake?
Okay.
It feels a bit mechanical. It's dangerous to introduce an arc for such a small motion. It feels, I can't quite crack why it feels so mechanical. It's a very good idea, that little like in disbelief. And do you see how you can really see his mind working with the eye darts?
Okay.
And the lip quivering a little. That's really nice.
Run, Toti, run!
In here, it
run, Toti, run!
Definitely has something encouraging in it. Like, it's interesting how it pushes the same voice clip, because he's kind of smiling still. Run. This is kind of like a game. Go run, like we used to run. Trying to not disturb him with the full worries that he has. I think that is pretty sweet.
Toti, run!
And then it goes into a very nice, very solid run, as far as we can tell. So, as for the cinematography, I feel like there's still something off. I mean, this shot is kind of trying to communicate us multiple things at once. And I think that makes this shot a little bit muddy. We have wanted alien creatures reward, which, yeah, okay, if you want people to completely understand what's going on, I can understand the need for that poster. Then we have the second information is him looking around the corner, and the third information is the arrows getting there. This already could be like 3 or 4 shots, like this amount of information. You could show the wanted poster as a close-up, then go to the right and see our alien looking from behind the tree, and then have the arrows, but maybe have them not to the tree, but really actually at him, and he's like ducking away, and then you cut to the arrows hitting a tree. So you would have the three informations in 3 shots. Not necessarily better, but maybe it could help, especially if this is the start, this is the first thing we see. It might help us to see every single information with a little bit more time, which, 11-second club, you don't have that much time. It feels weird to add too much at the beginning, at the end. I guess there's such a thing as being too efficient. Yeah. Sometimes you really need to take your time. That's a life lesson as well. Hello, Arthritic. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Maybe the head also needs some tilts. I feel like that is something that might be true in general. Like, I like it here. I like that the head here is completely still. That's a nice effect. But maybe it could do with some more head tilts, like, but then, talking to somebody very seriously, that needs stability. So it also makes a lot of sense that the head is very straight here.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
Like, maybe for okay. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? No? Okay, little buddy? Can you do that for me? Okay? Like, I feel like that could use a little head turn. Because I love working with head tilts. Maybe my animation style is a bit more cartoony, because I try to, if I have a head going straight, like that has to be a conscious decision. I try to work with tilts and leans, and I try to do that as often as possible, because it adds so much information with such a little thing. So I really like doing that. Blank space in front rather than behind. Comment by Arthritic. That's a really good point. I feel like something is off with the white spaces here. Like, I kind of like the fully frontal Wes Anderson style symmetric shot here. That's kind of cool. This is also kind of cool. But then we have all this empty space. I wonder if the shot would feel more ominous if we would have no empty space here, if this would be here, and then we have some more opportunity to show something going on here, and his face then would still be in the lower in the rule of thirds. But maybe it was a conscious decision to like foreshadow the flight. But in this one, obviously our person is not fleeing yet. Yeah, same here. I do like it more if it's against an object, though, because it feels a little bit trapped and claustrophobic. I kind of like that aspect of it. Like, that could work. But then in this one, it doesn't look like he's right against the tree. It again looks like there's space behind him. I like this one more. And he's running out of the protection of the tree. I think this one works very well. Yeah, but a really solid entry with lots of stuff to like. Well-deserved third place by Yoon Young Kim. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh god.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Oh my god, what a concept again. We clearly have a unique concept here. Okay, he's talking to his dad, the
Now get
hamster.
up. Get up, Toti.
Love the asymmetric mouth shapes. Look at that here.
Now get up. Get up, Toti.
And in combination with the O, get up, Toti. That is so nice.
Get up, Toti.
Really nice lip sync shapes. I really like them.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
It's all in all very solid. Like the person who animated this obviously has a good grip on the basics of animation.
Now get up. Get up, Toti.
I love the eyebrow work to stress words.
Now get up. Get up, Toti.
Oh, and here it's even like anticipating. Like it's part of the anticipation, the eyebrows. Very nice.
Get up, Toti. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
And the more and more forward leaning head with more intensity. Yeah, good comment. Very fluid, using curves well. Definitely. Feels very smooth overall and still snappy.
I want you to run.
Like it doesn't feel overly fluid, which can sometimes happen when you go for a lot of arcs and repeat motions. Oh, and then look at that mouth shape
Go
here.
as fast as you can, okay?
For fast as you can.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
I feel like this what we talked about earlier. Thank you for subscribing, Depressed Queen. I really
Go as fast as you can, okay?
really like the mouth shape for fast, but I almost feel like it's doing that thing where go as fast as you can. We have something really intense, and then it's taking it back.
Run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Go as fast as you can, okay?
Like we have fast, and then we have a similar one, but weaker. Go as fast as you can, and then for can, it's doing kind of the same thing over again, but weaker. And then it's doing it again. It's doing it 3 times.
Fast as you can, okay?
Fast as you can, okay. And every single one of them is fast as you can, okay. It kind of, because you're doing the same thing 3 times. Fast if you can, okay. It kind of takes it away. I would stress one of them very much. Go as fast as you can, and then maybe do a forward one, or a new direction. Do it fast is like the only one that goes up, the only one that has this one shape, and then the other one is something different. You can maybe lean forward again, and ending up a lot more forward this time. I also think there might be possibly too close to the table. Yeah, I was wondering that too. Like something is off with the distance, and it also feels like we're pretty early on. This is the closeness that we have to the hamster, and then it kind of stays in that vicinity. You don't have a clear from now on it's a lot closer. And then this one is kind of going over the, like, you don't really have a feeling like how much is he leaning, like where exactly is the table and where exactly is the box starting. That feels a bit muddy. By the way, I really like that reaction, that like I feel like this is the first time we had one like this where it's really like all the gravity of the situation weighing on this person. There's a very nice pose, kind of hidden, which sometimes that's cool, but you don't really have a clear silhouette. If you would see this as only the silhouette, you would not really see what that is. Yeah, that one phrase seems harsh to lip sync. Yeah. Yeah. This one is very interesting because it has so many things you could potentially stress, and it's very easy to stress all the words, especially for one character urging another character. Look at the fingers here, though.
You can, okay?
That is really nice. Look at as fast as you can, okay? And then for the okay, we have like tension in the fingers being expressed.
You can, okay? You can, okay?
I kind of would have waited, I think, a couple frames more for the okay.
Fast as you can, okay?
Just 2 frames later with the okay lifting the fingers up, but a really good acting choice, really good idea.
Fast as you can, okay? Run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
And that little shake of the box.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
The box, I feel like, feels a little bit too light.
Run, Toti!
Like when he pulls it close to him, it's like a 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, 4 frames, and then it's going back. And there was just 1 frame. There was no real ease. And because there's no ease, it doesn't really feel like it has weight. Maybe it has a tiny ease. Yeah, it has a tiny ease here. Very tightly spaced. It feels a bit light, the box.
Run, Toti, run!
That is kind of cool, though. It's an odd pose for the finger. Like, I think I would have tilted the fingers a little bit in the end pose. Just slightly to have, like, an idea that this is a hand. And then, it could be increasingly flat. It can actually be, it's flattest when it's here. And then maybe it's like this here. So you have like kind of like, a 3D-ish rotation. That might be nice. Yeah, and a little dip down. Good point. Nothing is ever a straight line. Yeah, straight lines only for really fast motions that have a lot of anticipation. So it borderline could qualify for this, but I think I would just have, one, and then you get in 3D animation, you get like different angles for the hand for free. Like a 2D animator will really have to think about this. And 3D animation is just there. So why not take it? Could be more dramatic with a better camera angle. Really good comment. Again, camera angles, great animators that need better shot composition direction. Don't know how I feel about the head-on shot. Yeah. That's a very common 11-second club thing. And it's kind of like, it's so difficult because what you kind of want to submit here is something that looks as if could have been part of a movie. So you kind of have to do all the cinematography stuff too. But then, because it's an animation competition, lots of animators just try to focus on, purely the animation and just set the camera one time and do their animation then, because, it's an animation competition. You need to animate. You need to get to animation as quickly as possible. But I feel like, staying in a little storyboard phase for a while with the 11-second club competition entries could be a huge win if you get some ideas for some more interesting shots. Hi CW, hello Colin, nice to see you. Yeah, but overall really nice. Like, I'm nitpicking as always. On a very high level here for the 4th place. Very well deserved. Frey Bengtsson. Very nice piece of animation. Let's have a look at the next one by Gabriel Nonnenmacher. All right.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
Ooh.
Run, Toti, run!
Oh, now speaking about something that could be part of a movie, I really like how this is set up. You know, we have a very clear, like, this beast is down, and there's one character trying to shake it, to motivate. Like, just that composition. Like, if you saw this as a picture, you kind of already knew what was going on. Like, there's a creature that is down. The guy has some kind of urgency that you can see in his eyes. I wonder if you could intensify his pose a little bit more. Now this is really a part where I'm like, I feel like something could be pushed here, but you know, doing that live in a quick critique is very, very difficult. I wonder if, you know, because this is so urgent, like, love the head tilt. I was talking about it earlier. Really like the head tilts to convey a piece of information. So, you know, maybe we could tilt it even more. I'm wondering right now. But I think what I think what could give you more urgency is having the shoulder facing us. You know, this shoulder top surface area, this one being tilted towards us. And then I wonder how we could put more pressure on these fingers to really make clear he's not just gently placing his hand, but like really pushing. You know, maybe there could be a little bit of a push, maybe by stretching out that leg. I wonder if we could use that to tell that we're at least momentarily pushing a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like they could, like, the idea of urgency could be a little bit more in here. Hello, Pilferpup Draws. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, just as an idea, obviously, you know, the first pose that I draw here, that's not going to be it. Stuff like that needs development, trial and error to really find the right pose. This one, it works. It gets the point across.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
Yeah, still wondering about, you know, the push. You are pushing here. Maybe that could be a tiny bit straighter to really, and maybe, you know, the foot. I like that readjustment in the foot here. That's really nice. That's a really nice detail.
Get up.
It's almost not visible.
Get up.
So I wonder if with the shift of that foot, the other leg could be a lot straighter, or, you know, prepare to be a lot more straighter when he pushes.
Get up, Toti. I want.
And I think the other thing is
get up, Toti,
that the creature feels relatively light. Like,
get up, Toti.
These are very quick and large spacings for such a big beast.
Get up, Toti.
I feel like maybe there could be one push that is a little bit slower. Get up, Toti. Get up, and then maybe I like that, you know, the idea of this, like, get up, get up, get up. But if you have like a thing that works like half a ton, then, you know, this is not gonna, nothing much is happening if you do that. But interestingly, you can still, I don't think I can show you. I don't have anything that is stable enough. But if you do this against your desk, or, you know, something that can't move, you will see that you can still, like, even without pushing in, even without doing that, you can still feel how there's pressure on the hand. And I think that is something that I would like to see. And then maybe one push that is kind of slow, and then when he releases the weight, that's where it can go fast. Get up, Toti. Get up, really difficult, Toti. And then it's, because of coming back, because it's so heavy, going back into the position that it wants to be in is a lot easier than pushing it out of the position that the mass wants to be in. Just to add some more heaviness here, which I think could be nice.
Get up, Toti. I want you to...
Again, that head turn, I feel like, could need some extra strong easing, and could be a little slower. I mean, this beast is wounded or something. It could really be...
Toti, I want you to...
It's good. It is slower than he is moving, which is very good. I love that when you have two characters on screen and they have different speeds, they have different rhythms. That's really nice. I feel like this could be even like, oh, what is going on? Like, oh, and maybe it also has a bit of like extremely difficult. It gets a little bit lighter, like, maybe going against the stone. Oh, what is going on? And then, there's like a moment where it is lighter to turn the head, because it was kind of stretching against the stone, and then all of a sudden it gets a little bit looser and he can look up. The only time, by the way, when you are allowed to break a spacing pattern, usually if you have going from like a head turn, usually if you have a head turn like this, you have relatively like, you have an ease out, spacing gets larger, and then ease in, spacing gets smaller. If you have something that is stuck somewhere, you have like slow motion, maybe with an ease, moving slowly, getting speed, spacing is getting larger, and then it comes loose, so you all of a sudden have a larger spacing, and then maybe it continues with larger spacing and gets smaller again. So that is the only time where you are allowed to break a spacing pattern. If something breaks loose from, if a force that was working against it is all of a sudden not there anymore, you can switch spacing patterns. Not sure that makes sense the way that I explained it. I think I always wanted to make a video tutorial about that because I think it's really interesting. Usually you always need to learn like, be very careful with breaking the spacing patterns.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
I also wonder if the ears on the ground, I feel like there is a missed opportunity for some secondary animation to have, like, especially in contrast with the heavy head, then have the ears dangle around after the head turn.
Get up, Toti.
Heavy,
I want you to...
and then the ear on this side would just be like dangle. That could be a nice little contrast. Love the eye contact. That's such a great idea. The hand there. Not a biggest fan of that hand shape.
I want you to...
Not the biggest fan. I wonder how you could do it better. So, where's the thumb? The thumb is on that side. It's so... Oh, this is the thumb. It looks like it's one of the other fingers. So, I don't know. I would probably, by breaking into the silhouette of his horn, I feel like that's also something kind of important. Of course, it depends a little bit. Like in 3D, you really need to put the hand that far in front that this would actually work. Maybe another way could be like having the thumb here. I don't know. But I feel like right now, what confused me is that this looked like the thumb was one of the other fingers. But a great idea overall to place the like, and this whole pose Not sure if I'm the biggest fan of repeating that angle almost completely. I would probably try to introduce a new angle. So, maybe like this, and maybe like this, and maybe something like this. So you have lots of different angles. Now this one and this one is the same. I don't know. Coming up with the perfect pose on the spot is difficult. It's fine. It's okay. Trying to nitpick here once again.
You to run. Goes
Really nice. For run, the head is going forward
you to
again.
run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
This is also kind of interesting. To have the focus now on another character for go as fast as you can, which would, by the way, have also been a very good choice with the alien kids, with the big brother alien talking to the little brother alien, to see a close up of the little brother just trying to process, just by like, oh, what is going on? Like seeing the panic in his eyes. Good character choice good acting choice to show the other character here processing the go as fast as you
Run.
can.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
And then he actually sees the dragon first, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure if the pupil is getting smaller here. That might be a nice detail, when he's looking to him, which is more inside of the cave, his pupil would be bigger. And then he looks to the entrance and maybe his pupil gets smaller, which I feel like would be, it makes sense from just, there's light there. So his pupil could get smaller, but also like, oh my God, the dragon here. Now here, I wonder if this feels a bit too soft, because the spacings are kind of a bit samey. Like the last spacing, like this is the second to last spacing, and this is the last spacing. Feels even smaller. It feels a bit cushiony. I think maybe that's too cartoony, but for the placement of the foot, I think, by the way, awesome choice to have the foot first and then the neck come in. That's really nice. But I would probably go like from here. I would probably hold it up there and then bam, all the way down, and have like maybe even like a squash or something. It's squashing, and then that toe curls back up again in the next frame, so that you have this huge spacing for the like this thing is heavy and is putting all his weight on, just to have like this extra nice impact. And you can still do all these subtleties, like toes having different speed and stuff like that, for how they come out of the squash or go into the squash. But I think I would, overall, the foot, I would just have it slammed down. I think that could be really nice. Amy Davis subscribed. Thank you and welcome. Yeah, so that is quite good. And then that awesome arc, like, we're almost like a breakdown depth here. This is the lowest point of the arc, and then it's coming up, and it has a nice little, like, it feels very organic, the way how there's stuff going on with like the horns. They flare up and down. It has, they are kind of staticky, but somehow the whole thing feels muscly and fleshy. I can't even directly pinpoint what it is, but I feel like it has something to do with how the horns move, like
Run, Toti!
like almost like of an insect. That is really nice. And you have like these different parts. If you have like this fold of the flesh and the front fold of the flesh, you have them rotate against each other, and this gives like this very insect fleshy. It's weird. Like for insects, you have like these two elements. You have like plates rubbing against each other, but it feels still like kind of mushy and muscly, which makes it very, very creepy, very nice. And then
Run!
looking almost at them, but not completely. That's a really good choice. And
Run, Toti, run!
really like the reaction of the beast, mostly in the mouth. This little stretch, that is really nice. And then the other character reacting to it.
Run, Toti, run!
Still, I wish, like, as soon as the beast gets up, the boy also gets up, which I feel like I would have loved like a couple more frames of like full on pushing here, you know, walk cycle, whatnot going on here. And like maybe even almost overhead, like, you know, almost like this, almost stumbling, like going full life and death. I need to save my friend. It doesn't matter. Like he almost falls and he has to like put a leg forward very far, very quickly to catch himself. Like I would have seen, I would have loved to seen like, and maybe it's only 4 or 6 frames. I would have loved to have seen like one little extra push pose. I think that could have been really nice. Yeah, but other than that, this is super solid. There's so much going on. A walk and a push at the same time. So difficult, so complex to animate. Really well done here. Touch in general, if your character touches, like if you can avoid animating your characters touching anything, avoid it. But sometimes it's just the right thing to do and the best thing to do. So, yeah, and then you have to go all in like it's done here. Really, really nice. And then the
Run!
boy shifting to like, oh, now
Now
I need to
run!
run. That's a nice little end pose. And it's almost kind of hasty. Like it just hits the pose. There's no overshoot. There's no catching himself in this pose. There's not even a real ease into that pose because it comes so quickly. That's kind of like,
Run, Toti,
you know, with the arms kind of like bouncing. That could have been nice.
Now get
Maybe
up.
the person didn't know that you can add frames to the entry. You don't have to keep it to that size. Yeah, so I think this is about everything I wanted to say to that entry. Yeah, if you like the way how I give critiques, you might want to join my monthly group mentoring session on Patreon. If you support this channel on Patreon, and you can find out more about that on patreon.com/animatorisland, there is a group mentoring tier that you can choose. If you join in the group mentoring tier, you can every single month access a exclusive members only mentoring call where you can bring whatever you're currently working on. It can be an animation like the ones that we saw right now. It could be just a blocking, an animatic, a storyboard, just an idea. And I will give you my feedback, tips and tricks on how to make it better. If it's an animation, I will draw over it, maybe even animate something on top of it to show you how you could improve it and build your skills in general. That is the group mentoring that you can join on patreon.com/animatorisland. Yeah, and with that being said, we would go into a little break right now. I need to get more water. I need to see where my cat is now. It's suspiciously quiet. And then see you again in a couple minutes. All right, see you in a bit. All right, and welcome back. Now we're going to continue our look into the 11-second club competition entries. And next up, we have an entry, 2D animation by Aaron James Moncopa. Let's have a look at that one.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Some very nice golden era cartoon influences here. Uh,
Now get up.
Once again, cinematography is kind of just like we have that one shot. At least we have a zoom into it. But it also feels very stage like there's a stage in front of us and we just flat looking at the stage, and potentially there could have been choices like cutting to a shot of the flea looking at the flea powder, and it could have been like he's like looking at it on the side, and the flea powder is like huge, and having the letter like flea powder, and maybe his antennas like droop down or something like that, and then looking back at the dog and stuff like that. You could have, with some cinematic choices, could have made this even bigger and more dramatic, but this is functional for an animation competition. That works as well. By the way, if there's anyone listening who entered an 11-second club competition and has an entry that I haven't reviewed yet, either from the last couple months or from any month, really, you can just tell me which month it was and which number, which place. And I can check it out specifically and give you feedback here. And I can also do it during one of the next streams like this. I want to stream about the 11-second club more regularly, so there will be more chances. And my offer is, whenever you took place in a 11-second club competition, doesn't matter which month it was, if I haven't reviewed it already, you can always send it in for submission. Yeah, so yeah, this one could have used, I think, some nice cuts. I love this bounce on the nose. That's really nice.
Get up.
And look at the landing here. That's such a nice cartoony one. Some nice little multiple smear frames. Something is off with the volume, I feel like, but I don't know. Overall, it works fine. The could have been one more frame of overshoot, one more frame of the antennas pointing back. At least one, and then you could maybe have one ease frame and then one settle. But there's not always time for that, especially in a competition like this, where you have to be done in a.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
I wonder if for go as fast as you can.
Okay? I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
Or maybe for the okay, if he could actually pull the one of the eyes to be visible, like pull the hair apart. Be like, I want you to run, okay? And you have like this one eye looking at him. I think that could have been funny. Of course, it will require more animation work, but I think you have a dog with a lot of hair in front of the eye. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to just pull the hair aside as a little gesture? I think that could have been fun.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
And there's no transition here. It's just going from this pose to this one. That is fun. That is just fun. Oh, there is a smear transition. There's one frame of that is nice.
Run, Toti, run!
And then a stagger. Cool. I still wonder about the volume. It's a little bit difficult to pinpoint. If you have the character being like this is his normal volume, kind of like this, then for the stagger, I feel like I would have liked to seen him pulled all the way to like this, and then have a nice little like some bigger heights to stagger back and forth from. Maria says very Wile E. Coyote, that yipe sign. Yeah, it's a nice little cartoony throwback to the golden age. Really like that. And this is not lazy animation. There's like a slow motion here. Kind of cool. Yeah, I would have, for the stagger, I probably would have done even more, even larger. So the staggers, at least in the beginning, would have been a lot bigger.
Run, Toti, run!
Oh, now it's doing the pushback of the hair, but the eye is closed.
Run, Toti, run! Run, Toti, run!
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would do it 2 times. Maybe 1 time it somehow didn't stand out to me. I guess because the eye is closed. Run, Toti, run. That's a nice little. Run,
Toti,
beat.
run!
And that's mostly because of that large spacing. Look how it goes from, like, this is the breakdown, and it goes from the breakdown all the way to the squash frame. Really nice. That's a nice cartoony impact.
Run!
And it works so well with the word run. Nice. Colin says, Wile E. Coyote is my favorite actor. And Maria says, my father's too. He loved the intensiveness and persistence in the face of eternal failure. Very well put. That is like Wile E. Coyote in a nutshell. It has a lot of Wile E. Coyote vibes, this one here.
Run, Toti, run!
This character is also deemed to fail because he fell into flea powder.
Run!
Again, with this one, I feel like look at his snout. Like, the distance to the mouth is mostly shrinking, and there's very little pressing to the side. I think I would suggest to have a little more overflow to the sides as the nose comes down. Like, it kind of presses these like loose lips apart. So you have some outer motion, and you have some changes in the volume that goes sideways. I think that could have been very good for this one. Yeah. And then the nudge, I think, would be even more visible if it came from like a really low sideways one, and then you have him up there. I would have a bigger ease at the, maybe not an ease, an overshoot coming back. I would have a few more frames to cushion the motion. I do like the cloud, the rest in peace cloud. But again, problem with the composition, it's just squeezed to the left of the frame. This is very theater feeling. Like, you have to figure out where to look. The composition is not helping you where to look. But it is a fun idea. It's very nice. There is very nice cartoony throwback. By the way, also the placing. Like, this is not, this could have been animated with less effort. The knees, bending down the knees, placing this with a big spacing. and then one foot going out. That's always the thing, you know, one foot should, most of the time, there should always be one foot planted, and this is what's happening here. The left foot is going out, and then the right foot follows. Solid, very nice, very solid entry, with just a few things here and there that I would maybe try something different for. Let's have a look at the next one by Karis. Karis?
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Okay, what?
Now get up.
Not sure I'm getting the story here. I mean, I do like eye darting, thinking, processing what I'm seeing. There's a nice little half blink, you know, where the eyelids kind of just twitch. Where is it? Here. That's something that happens in real life a lot. So that is nice. There's like the kind of like breathing with an open mouth.
Now get up.
And then closing it. And then for the breath, there's this where it pulls the mouth down. Maybe a bit too much for this kind of style. It almost feels like the lip is suddenly getting heavier, but I do like the gesture. Like, I feel like that's a very, like, you know, for this getting breath very quickly, this that is a nice acting choice. I like it.
Now get up. Get up, though.
And this gesture, I think this is the first time that we've seen for get up. Like, that's a nice idea. It's, you know, I pull yourself to me without like actually touching you. Solid choice. It's communication is what it is.
I want you.
It's a mix. I think I like it so much because, you know, get up is a, like, I pull you to me, but also like motivation. You can do it. Like, I like that it combines these two aspects in this one gesture. That's really cool.
I want you to run. Go as fast. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
Not sure. So I want you, like, it has very solid fists here. And then
I want you.
The grip is kinda looser for the anticipation. I want you to run, and then it's a tighter grip again.
You to run.
Now
get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can. Get up, Toti. I want you to run.
I think I would only do this, you know, it goes from a fist to like a looser fist to a fist again. I think I would only loosen up the fist if I had another gesture next. Like going from the looser fist to this hand shape, that makes a lot of sense. But like going from a looser fist back to a fist when you already had a fist, I don't know. You know, sometimes these things can add like complexity that feels real, but in this case, I feel like it's kind of weird.
Run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
I love this idea too. There's like,
go as fast as you.
Slamming the hands together, the fist and the hand. That is really a good acting choice.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
And then a shoulder drop. Like, look at that beautiful shoulder drop.
You can, okay?
For okay, the shoulders are going down and the head is going up. Very classic Tool. Shoulder going down, head going up. That's a nice snappy pop that you will get from that.
Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
What? Why is there a guy running on all fours?
Run, Toti, run!
Oh my god. Love the overshoot.
Run, Toti, run!
Again, kind of weird to see him like completely sideways, where you mostly see the white in the eye. I would probably avoid this. If you only see white in the eye and like barely the pupil, I would probably go all the way. Well, not all the way, but like, tilt the ear a little bit more so that you really don't see the eye anymore, and you have more of the hair and the back of the head taking over. Which is kind of cool because you can kind of still do stuff with the mouth. You can kind of still see into the mouth. And this could still be sideways. This could still be kind of like this. And then maybe you could reach into 3D space. I think that is what I find odd about this, that the front, the body is still kind of tilted to us, and the cheering gesture is kind of still like, I don't know, it's not directed at the creature in the background. I think that is what I was unconsciously noticing. So I wonder if we really make it clear that the hand is going back, if that would fix that odd feeling that I had with that pose. I don't know. I'm nitpicking again. You know me. I'll always find something to talk about. Oh, my headphone cable is stuck in my chair. Oh, there we go. Free again. But yeah, really solid entry. But I don't know, like with the creature going on all fours, it kind of gives you like a really eerie feeling. But yeah, kind of, it is a fun entry, and I like the things that they were trying with their like little gestures, little quirks in there. Really nice entry by Karis or Karis. Yeah, let's have a look at the next one. But before we do that, another invitation. If anyone is listening, who ever entered an 11 Second Club competition and they want me to look at an entry either for these past months or for previous months, any entry that I haven't reviewed yet, you can request, and then I will have a look at it and give you some tips and tricks. So that's always a possibility. Arthritic is asking, where's the Moho tutorials you mentioned like 9 months ago? Yeah. I would really like to go more into Moho, because to date there was a humble bundle where Moho was like for $30 or something, $30 or $40 you could get Moho. I really hope that they are doing more of this. I really like seeing software in the humble bundles. But yeah, I need to need to do more Moho stuff. It's the old version now. Okay, yeah, that could be. Yeah, Moho is a very nice tool for 2D character animation, and I think for if you want to animate in that style, I think I like it even more than Toon Boom Harmony, which is 3 times the price of Moho. And yeah, I there's so much software that I would like to make more tutorials for. It's definitely still on my list. And yeah. Oh, 12.9 was in the bundle, and they're now on 13. I don't even know if I'm on 13 yet. I gotta check what my Moho version is. Yeah, once again, I wanted to, give the offer that if you ever took place in a 11 Second Club competition, you can always send it to me, and I will have a look at it at least once. And yeah, maybe that can motivate you to take on one of these competitions yourself. and then get a critique from me in one of those live streams. If you want to know another way to get a animation critique from me, it's when you join on Patreon in the group mentoring tier. You can join an exclusive group mentoring call every single month, and you can bring whatever you're currently working on. It can be an animation, it can be a storyboard, it can just be an idea, and we're going to figure out how to make it best, how to improve it, how to sharpen your skill, that you are creating the best animation, the best art possible. So yeah, that is the group mentoring. You can find out more about that on I actually have a little info page about it, animatorisland.com/group mentoring. And if you want to support us financially, want to join the group mentoring, you can go to patreon.com/animatorisland. Everything every money that we get from that is put back into the channel. We want to make mostly buy time so we can create more content, more live streams. So every money we get through Patreon helps us to keep Animator Island running and keeps making more content. And really excited to have this channel growing slowly but surely. And yeah, if you want to support us, that's always a way that you can do that. Now, let's go into the next animation. We have some 2D coming up again.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
We have another dog and a buck here.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Okay. Again, very stagey, very theater-like. By the way, this animation is from Nicolas Lopez. Some nice 2D action here. And I'm very impressed with how gentle they are with the eases. Like, look at that beautiful ease and then coming down. The problem is there's not that much to come down. I would probably put all of this a little bit higher. Where did I put my pen? There's my pen. So I would probably put them like here-ish. And this is just nice detail with like the caps for the wings and then the actual wings. That's really nice. But then, so that there's a little gap here, a little area for him to, if he really comes down, we can I change the color here? So, we can really do some ease in and then boom, spacing closed here. Next frame is like a squash frame of the feet and then the feet cushioning up. So we have like a nice little impact here. I think that could be really good. All right, Arthritic is already going away. Have a nice weekend too. Thank you for popping in. Maria says, animating 4 arms and 2 legs. That's a challenge right there. Yeah. If animation is not already hard enough, add some extra body parts and wings. So that's a really crazy challenge here. Yeah, but also kind of cool. Always challenge yourself. But, nobody knows this better than Maria, who in the mentoring session is always tackling new challenges, which I think is really awesome. And I have a lot of fun discovering these new challenges with her. Always great. I also wonder if, the hand position during the flight kind of makes sense. It might make sense to keep the arms close to the body so nothing gets into the way. I wonder if after the landing, let's see what's the next pose. There's kind of not a much better pose coming. So I wonder if we could have after the landing, just for some extra variety, there could be some something more interesting done with the arms, something that doesn't happen during the rest of it. As a second pose right after the landing, it kind of like dangles into like a very casual, natural one until the intensity comes back in, and we have like the more stressed poses that are more about go do something kind of thing.
Get up, Toti.
I like this one. I would push it probably even more because we have like he's kind of leaned back here already. Oh, okay. He's kind of leaned back in this one. So what I would probably do for this one is I would lean him even more forward, and I would probably not, at least do something like this. But you could probably also do something like almost have him laying sideways and be like, get up, Toti. And with that symmetric pose, I think that could be really, really cool. And you have like this strong curve to the right towards the head of the dog, just pushing that new pose, that new aspect that's coming in a little bit more.
I want you to run.
I love this one. We have not seen that yet. No character was modeling running, being like, I want you to run, like, or getting like, I want you to run, like getting into a position to run with the character. Is that actually true? I guess the guy with the dragon was kind of like, oh, I'm running with you. But this is really like, I want you to run. Come, let's run together. Like that's really nice. Really like that one. I wonder if we could do anything more with the silhouette about this one. Like maybe push it even more to have like this classic, like almost stereotypical running pose. To have the silhouette super, super clear, which I think is very difficult with 4 arms to get a really clear silhouette. But it can be done.
Go as fast as you can, okay?
This one I really like, with that leg pushed back. The other one, let's draw over it. That leg pushed back far behind, this one in an angle. And then you have this different angle here and this different angle for the other arm. Super solid. Again, maybe push the body a little bit more, have it an extension of the leg. Love the shape language, love this like corner here, and then we have like a bend, then we have another corner here. That's a really nice shape language. Love that little triangle here. That's really nice. You have like these curves, and then you have these straight lines. That's some pleasant design. Really good. Really like that pose. And I love how they're now interacting. Like, this is super difficult. The dog is making a motion, and the bug kind of has to react to it. There's a little bit of the volume problem. Like, there's this one moment here where I feel like he has grown in size. I think it's because we're supposed to see like the upper part of his mouth, but it does feel a bit like he's getting temporarily bigger and then he's getting smaller again. He could get bigger. Like this motion of the dog could bring him closer to the camera, but then he would end up being bigger in that resting pose. Love this one too.
Run, Toti, run! Run, Toti, run!
I feel like this is too many stresses.
Run, Toti, run!
I feel like I would I would take one of these poses out. I would say, run. Yeah, like this. This would be my run, Toti, run. This would be run, Toti. And then for run, I would go into this one. And I would take this big.
Run, Toti, run!
Like there could be a smaller one. There could be like the arms could be staying down here and just go a little bit up. Once again, I would break the silhouette just a little bit more. I would tilt this arm further down so we really see the arm in this one. And maybe have this without touching the dog. So this is really clear. Not sure what to do with the other arm. Maybe it could just line up with the leg, so we don't even see it anymore in the silhouette. But we still have the silhouette of the leg. Yeah. And again, maybe push the body just a little. Oh, that's not a lot. That's not a little. But maybe, yeah, maybe it could be pushed a lot more. Yeah, but all the ideas, the basic ideas are there. I'm just like, this is basically my job as an animation supervisor. If I work as an animation supervisor somewhere, I'm always like, that's a very good pose. You have so many good ideas. You researched so well. And now all I'm saying is like, you already have a lean there. Why not make it like that? Just push it. Just be brave. Make a bold statement here for that one pose and maybe cut the other pose out that is in competition with that pose. And that is like 80% of my job as an animation supervisor. No, I'm kidding. It's of course also some animation stuff, but it's there's a little bit of truth to it. It's basically just telling like, push it more, push it more. Yeah. I would have liked to see more. I would like to have seen. I'd like to have seen. Grammar is difficult. I'd like to have seen a little bit more three-dimensionality in the dog. Like maybe there could have been a hint of the other eye. Maybe there could have been more direction of him like looking up momentarily. Maybe even of like a little like make it clear that one leg could be more on the snout and one leg could be in the back. Like, one is placed on the surface and one is like on the other side of the surface, like have some three-dimensionality here for the bug to stand on. But yeah, pretty solid animation. Little things here and there that I would do different or try to think into different directions or push it a little bit more. But other than that, very solid entry by Nicolas Lopez. Good. Next one by Tong.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
There's something really like charming about the.
Now get up. Get up, Toti. I want you.
The little like the little head shake where it's just like no, I don't want to run. Okay, run. Like that is somehow so cute. How can a motion be so cute? Like look at that.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay?
As fast as you can, okay.
Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run! Now get up. Get up, Toti. Now get up.
Okay, so again, cinematography, we've already talked about that many times. There's a big problem with the silhouettes here, and it is a very difficult problem to solve. I'm pretty sure I cannot solve this now. Maybe I would put, like, doing something more sideways is always dangerous, because sideways is like one of the ugliest uh, um, one of the ugliest sides for human. But especially because he's looking towards the front, towards what is going on there. I wonder if some sideways posture could have, like, basically what I'm trying to do is I try to get this into the silhouette. I try to get the grabbed arm into the silhouette, I think. So that it has, like, this little negative space that draws the view in. I wonder if there's something that doesn't look too muddy, and really gives us the position of the hand. I think that is the most important thing, to have that in the silhouette. Like, this is fine, but this is kind of like, I don't know. It's not that bad either. I just think there's some room for improvement and experimentation here. Sometimes it's really difficult to find the best way for such a complex pose.
Get up, Toti. I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Fast as you can, okay?
I think what could help here,
Fast as you can, okay?
I like how there's so much acknowledgement about whatever is going on there. Like, it feels like heavy steps or something
okay.
coming closer to them, which is pretty cool. But maybe like a short little glance back before he fully goes back to him, that would have been nice.
You
Like,
can, okay? Run, Toti.
so it would be more like, run as fast as you can, okay? Go, Toti, go. And I know this is kind of like contradicting something what I said before with, like, if you make a pose, you go out of it and you come back to it, that can sometimes be bad and unimaginative. But I feel like a good double take, to be like, oh, something is distracting me, but then I look back at my friend and then I'm like talking to my friend again. I feel like that's just showing processes that are going on in the head, and I'm like, oh my god, what's over there? My friend safe, go run. Like, here, a back and forth, I feel like, a little back and forth, and it could just be the eyes. It could just be like, I'm looking over there, I'm looking slightly back, and then I'm looking back over there, and then I turn my head. So it's not completely the same. It's just, one time it's barely a head turn, barely moving the head, just the eye, and then the second one is the head turn, really going back to that person to finish what they're saying. And yeah, again, I feel like that pose could have been pushed even more. We could have even more of a lean, maybe. Love this one. I love the straight arm coming out here. I love that hand shape. Like, that works really well. Wonder if this could work. Like, for a cartoony style, sometimes it's kind of cool to raise the hand very far out. Just bringing more of that curve into here. I feel like what is there kind of feels a bit like, this is a bit straight. It could be really, really go more into that and then flow into that hand. Like, I really like that stretched hand out there. Yeah, and then camera angle, it's kind of, awkward with that headroom, and I think with some solid storyboarding and cutting and back and forth, this could also be improved a whole lot. But overall, like, it has some really nice ideas, some really good energy. I like the cartooniness of it, and I would just love to see it pushed even a little bit more. Yeah, if you like the way how I give critiques and how I look at animations, and you would like me to look at your animations and give you input, then you might want to join our monthly group mentoring. Every single month, you can submit something you are working on, and then in an exclusive group call, I'll go over it. If it's an animation, I'll animate over it, annotate, look at it frame by frame, analyze it, give you tips and tricks and advice on how to improve it and how to build your skills in general. That is the group mentoring that we offer over on Patreon. This is also where you can just in general support us if you like what we're doing and you want us to create more content, do more live streams like this. I've been posting a lot of tips and tricks, animation shorts. So maybe check out the Animator Island channel and look at the shorts tab. We now have a couple awesome animation tricks and tips looking at stuff from movies. And yeah, I would like to continue that. And what would always help us is to have supporters on patreon.com/animator island. And as I mentioned, we also have that group mentoring tier where you can join that group and get some input on your art and animation every single month. Yeah, and with that, we are coming already to the end of this stream. If you have any urgent questions, it could be about anything in animation in general, anything that you still have on your mind that I could answer, or anything about that last entry that we saw, then now is your last chance.
Now get up.
To write it
Get up,
in the
Toti.
chat.
I want you to run. Go as fast as you can, okay? Run, Toti, run!
Yeah, so last chance to ask something before I have to bounce. Hilly says, not a question at the moment. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. And I mean, you're there almost every stream. So if you have a question, you can always ask again. Thank you so much for all of you to hang out with me today. I really also enjoyed your input, your chat messages. It's always a lot of fun to see what you're thinking and what you notice about these animations. That's so wonderful to have a little conversation with you all here. And yeah, it's always a lot of fun to look with you at these entries and, take some time to really have a close look, because I think we just glance over so much awesome stuff that we could keep in mind for our own animations, to improve our own animations. And I love taking this chance with you all. Okay, no more questions in the chat. That does not seem to be the case. But this will not be the last live stream. There will always be another one. JK and I would kind of try to stream at least once a week at the moment. So yeah, there will always be a next one. And the offer still stands. If you ever take part in the 11-Second Club, you can always ask me to have a look at your entry if you want me to. Yeah, I hope all of you that you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out, and especially to the repeating viewers here. I'm always so happy to see our regulars here in the chat. It means a lot to me, and it's always very fun to talk to all of you. And I'm really looking forward to next time. In the meantime, keep on animating, keep on studying your favorite animation. Yeah, and looking forward to seeing you again in one of these streams. Bye-bye.